Welcome to the Goat Show, the show where we celebrate and debate all things great. I am joined by my co-hosts, Fresh and Deezy. Gentlemen, welcome on this lovely Tuesday night. Man, MAGA fracture, bro. MAGA falling apart. We were so united in 2016. And now the demons got Deezy. The MAGA demons got Deezy. Man, it's falling apart.
What are you talking about? I just ripped a big old blinkerton of that Dr. ZODIAK'S MOONROCK clear cartridge. Check out our interview with Dr. ZODIAK, the creator of MOONROCKs. Got a plug.
Put that in the show notes. We'll put his interview in the show notes as well. Check it out. Support the people that support us so that we can keep doing the Goat Show. So that all of our expenses will be paid and we'll be living like fat cats. You know what I mean?
Like fat goats.
Not really. Like fattened goats for the slaughter. No, man, listen. Only a couple months ago, it was like Trump was God. He got shot in the ear. We were like,
Trump ain't never been God.
We were like, hail Trump. Come down from off the mountain with the tablets of
oh my God,
of the future.
Yo, ZiLLY. Are you about one arm's length away from your camera? Check.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck, I didn't get you.
Dang it. No, I mean,
supposed to check
in all seriousness. No, I gave you a cry chop. We ain't no Nazis up in here. All right. Dang it.
She's just checking his camera, folks.
Anyway, Trump, MAGA, it was so exciting. We had Elon, we had Tulsi Gabbard. Everybody was united, except for one gentleman. I will say this. One gentleman was not on the Trump train, oddly enough, because he was on it early, the first go around. And that gentleman is none other than one Nicholas Fuentes. He was out here saying Trump compromised. Trump be kissing the wall. I ain't gonna support Trump. He done with Trump. And now looks like he was right, because Elon's out. We ain't got no Epstein files. And
wait, but while you're on that thought, they did subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton. The House Oversight Committee did subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton and a bunch of other top-ranking officials over the Epstein files. So something to keep a lookout for. Just a little news headliner for you guys. I wish I could drop a headline down the bottom. Breaking news.
You can.
We might need to bring that back. Well, I mean, then this last 2 days, apparently you can't get aid. You can get AIDS, but you can't get aid if you don't support our friends across the sea. Apparently they're saying that you got to support them, and the states can't boycott any of their businesses, or you ain't gonna get that aid when the hurricane comes through, or the tornado comes through, or the New York earthquake kicks in, or the volcanoes kick in. So
listen,
as
an American who pays taxes, I mean, that money was largely everything is being funded by us, right? Most of the organization of the government is being funded by us, the people. So how are you going to hold the people hostage and under the condition that they support a foreign country? It's craziness.
Right. No, it's crazy, and I don't know how that got into whatever documents that they had trying to get people to go along with it. They took it out, so that's good news. But that's after there's an uproar, and brings us to the topic of the gentleman who, for many years, you were not allowed to say his name. It was like Voldemort; you could not say his name. You get automatically banned on YouTube. You might even get debanked. But yeah, Nick Fuentes, man. I really do feel like at first I was like, man, this guy's kind of a party pooper. All right. We out here celebrating MAGA. You know, we got confetti dropping from the ceiling. Trump wins the election in a landslide. Woke progressivism is done. We out here making America the golden age of America is what he called it. You know, we
listen,
mass arrests.
You know what? You know who's doing a hell of a job? My boy. RFK Jr.
RFKJ?
Bro, he's removing shit from vaccines. He just took out mercury, this type of mercury from vaccines. He's fucking getting rid of fake food dyes. He's fucking doing shit, bro. That's what I want to see. That's real. You can see it. Companies are changing the way they cook their food. They're going to have to completely...
What if that's what they want you to see? They're like, yo, look at RFK Jr. He's doing all this stuff for your health. Jab, jab, jab. Jab, 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 jab.
I'm not taking any vaccines. From here on out, nothing. Nada. I don't care if they tell me I'm going to live 100.
Taking it every day. That shit is airborne now.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
I mean, look. Hey, look, we got tallow back in the fries at Steak and Shake. I think that's symbolic of something.
It's
just
real the first domino. You know what I'm saying? Just got to get that one. Yo, look it. They're putting the real sugar in all Coca-Cola from now on, bro. Cane sugar and Coca-Cola, bro. Bringing it. You don't need to get Encho and Mexico to get that great flavor. You can get American-made Coca-Cola.
I mean, I kind of want that nose candy back in the Coca-Cola, but you know, we can't all get what we want all the time. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, LA?
What up, LA? Dang. Out here. We out here. Old haunting grounds, stomping grounds, whatever you want to call it. No, you're right, Deezy. Look, RFK doing something. I think Tulsi's kind of doing some good work with the whole Russiagate thing. That's worthwhile. I feel you on those, but you know,
I've always been a big fan of Tulsi.
Yeah, but it was again. I think it was all a trick, man.
You think we think
it was all a ruse, bro? Absolutely. I know because I feel it in my soul. Like I feel that I was got. He got me. I was like, DJ
listen,
he's my boy. 45, 47. Yeah, he's gonna.
I'm just concerned about Peter Thiel, bro.
He is changing the world. He's kissing the wall. We're cooked.
Peter Thiel is collecting all of our data and making a super AI overlord for us to rule over us as we slowly get exterminated by Terminator bots that they are building in. You can buy one for $6,000. Imagine that. You buy a robot and it kills you. It's like, how do we get these people just like, how do we get this to work? We just get everyone to think it's cool. And then one day we just press the button. And then they just like all go and strangle you in your sleep, like every single one of them in every household.
I really hope that doesn't happen, bro.
Oh, can you? I
hope Jesus comes first, bro. Honestly.
Well, I mean, you guys bring up a lot of good points. I mean, I think the Achilles heel of one DJT in the second term seems to be related to our friends across the sea, right?
I mean,
our greatest ally across the sea.
Our greatest ally.
And a particular human trafficking pedophilia ring that did or did not exist according to the FBI.
Well, I mean, that's related to our great friends across the sea, I think. You follow the money, you follow the connections.
I mean, there are a lot of people who are on the registry here and also living there. I'm just gonna say. I don't know. Bro.
I mean,
look. In my opinion, Jesus called them the synagogue of Satan, and they ain't stopped ever since. They just kept on keeping on. So they're probably still doing the same demonic shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I would just say this. I think because I have, you know, I have friends that I love that are of the Jewish faith, shall we say?
Bro,
I'm not willing to call it synagogue Satan entirely.
I might be Jewish. Look at this shit. You ready?
Yeah, but listen, bro,
I'm just saying.
You even grew up Christian light. I don't expect you to say it, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't expect you to say it. It's okay.
Look.
I don't know. I don't know.
think,
I had relatives that did die in Jerusalem back in the day, but those were the Crusaders. But who knows what they did while they were down there? You know what I'm saying?
wait. You trace your lineage back to the Crusades,
Bro? Yes, I sure did, and it's all thanks to the Mormons. Thank you, Mormons, for having such a open fucking access to information. They have this website. You can go make a website. They're probably gathering more information.
Bro?
I did, bro. They get you can know the name of your grandma and you can trace your roots fucking back to like crazy, but you don't even need to go get ancestry DNA test bullshit. Like if you know your grandmother's name, then you can like trace your fucking roots back to like 500. What the fuck? How do they have all that information? It's absolutely insane. I swear to God, it's crazy that they've compiled all that information on people. It's all mixed. They take a lot of public data, but still, there's like journal entries from people like 1,000 years ago. It's some crazy shit.
I mean, say what about Mormons, man? But they own it. I know I'm going to offend some of you Christians. They own it, man. They got the gold. They got the guns.
Why? They're big. They're big
saying?
Trying to
they
trace
united.
Their ancestry. You know,
that's cool, bro. Look, honestly, I think that it is really cool that they did that because they disproved themselves with it, right? Like, didn't they say like the Native Americans were traced back to Israel? Isn't that why they did all this?
Well, this is new information to me. So if you could elaborate,
I don't know. We'll have to bring on someone who's.
This is how we know that he's a false prophet, bro. Joseph Smith said that the Native Americans are the real they can trace their roots back to the real Israelites. They're straight up heretics. They're insane. He's insane.
Don't tell LA apologetics what I actually think.
Listen,
he'll be like cursed.
They don't commit usury against the Gentiles, so you know. There are
Lucas.
Oh, we got Lucas in the house. Holy crap. All right. I want to talk about Nick. All right. That's what the people want to talk about anyway. That's what they want to hear. All right. Listen, our friends across the sea, maybe they're not so friendly. Maybe they're not really, maybe they're doing some things that are not so good for our country and our people, our white people in this country, our white Christians.
My mic or he's never going to get through it.
Bro, should we just roll the anime? We should just roll the anime.
I roll the thing.
Roll the anime.
You just interviewed Nick Fuentes.
I did.
Or had a conversation with him. What did you think of that? What do you think of him?
My experience with Nick Fuentes is that he's a terrible person and a terrible human being.
But he is clearly part of a campaign to discredit non-crazy right voices.
I can confirm he's dishonest.
This child, this weird little gay kid in his basement in Chicago, young white men who've been totally cut out of our economy. I mean, they really are the victims and they're desperate and no one speaks for them. So they go to Fuentes because he's like incredibly articulate and they think he's our leader. But in one of the saddest ironies of all, like he's acting against your interests, actually.
But then when it comes to me, I'm one of the real disaffected white people. You want to talk about me and them? I am them. He says Nick Fuentes is leading all of the disaffected young white men. I am a disaffected young white man. I was a precocious, intelligent, young white college student who went to Boston University, who was pro-Trump and red-pilled by Trump and animated by Trump's message of America first. And I asked questions about Israel, and I was punished for it. I did it years before Tucker Carlson started talking about Israel last year. And I sacrificed, and I was targeted by the ADL, by the SPLC, by the federal government, by the conservative movement that both Candace and Tucker were a part of. He's lonely, he's weird, he lives in a basement. That's a lot of people because of the problems you claim to care about. Do you care about Klarna and people going into debt to order pizzas and home ownership being impossible? Or do you think that's a contemptible, low-status thing to be ridiculed and mocked? What is wrong with being from Chicago? What is wrong with being weird? What is wrong with living in your basement? I'm the inauthentic person. I am that person. I am a spokesman for the disaffected white man because I am one, and you two are not. My dad didn't even graduate college. My mother's father was a garbage man in Chicago, and he committed suicide. He was a veteran of World War II. Who's the CIA cutout? Who's the poser? Who is America? I am America. Chicago is America. That's an American story.
Wow.
Bro, Nick Fuentes for president.
Fuentes.
That shit is awesome. I fucking love it.
Yeah, do we think that's AI? They just generated.
No, like we watched that. Don't you remember before our last live, we watched Nick go in on Tucker, and he was saying like, your dad's the CIA, whatever. That's where that's from. And they cut the other stuff, like the Candace stuff. They cut that from her and Tucker. So I'll say this. Look, I don't stand with Nick on everything he says, but I don't think that they're smart enough to deal with him. And I think that that he destroyed them with that one rant.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, I like Candace, I like Tucker. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I was listening to Tucker today. He did a whole thing about Oklahoma City bombing, which was interesting with this chick. But I think he talk about major fumble. He fumbled the fuck out of the ball. They both fumbled the ball with Nick, man. Like, listen, I mean, and I want to play one more clip, Deezy. That second clip where he's talking to Candace. If you can play that clip, because I think this would make me really think about this dude and like what he's gone through. If you can pull that one up.
And sometimes when I see the things that you say, I do think, okay, he doesn't take into account family. Like it's just Nick. Nick is in his own world, which can be, I think, a quite selfish perspective, which is fine. That's what you're saying. You like being selfish is another way to say what you just said. I like being selfish and I don't want to give of myself to somebody else. But
I also think there's something selfless involved, which is to say, I could go and start a family and drag them into a world of mine, which is pretty chaotic. You know, I mean, is this really the kind of a lifestyle? If I'm banned on everything and I can't make a living, I'm banned from banking, I'm banned from credit card processing, I'm getting doxxed, people are showing up to my house trying to kill me, things like that. And what's more, I mean, let's also get, you know, I also don't appreciate the lecture. You don't know me, you know, so I know you're married, I know you're older than me, but you don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know my situation. I don't think you're in a position to give me advice, especially as a woman, honestly. I don't think women... You know, this is something in the right wing. We say we're anti-feminist, and then women go around telling men what to do, who are not their husbands. And, you know, I don't really buy into that ideologically, but that's besides the point. You know, my life has been tumultuous from the very beginning. From the time I turned 18, people were coming for my neck and trying to get me, and I was kicked out of college. And then, you know, once you're branded as an anti-Semite, before it became cool or popular, can't get a job, can't make a living, get banned from PayPal, all this kind of stuff. You know, that's a very difficult environment to try to have a dating life. You know, what do? I go out on Tinder, I go to a bar and I say, hey, I'm a neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes that the ADL is writing articles about every day. I'm going to start a dating profile on Tinder. People are going to screenshot that, mess with me in all kinds of ways. It's a very difficult predicament actually for me because I took on basically a huge sacrifice at the beginning. And I don't know that you really appreciate that enough. I think that you're somebody who, you know, you had a career in politics.
She's thinking
for
about
as
that
long
hard
as
right now.
I was fighting a battle. You were at Daily Wire with a contract. You're at Turning Point. You're making good money. You're doing book deals. You're part of this thing that I'm criticizing and paying a very heavy price for at a time when no one's saying those things, when it's very unpopular. And it's not to say that I'm a victim, you know, because I did it willingly and I love it and I would do it again. But it is to say that, you know, you and I have lived very different lives. And you know, it's easy, I think, for you to say you had your husband, have your kids, you got your ducks in a row, made quite a bit of money, then you discovered the truth, and then you went out on a limb. And it's not to say you didn't make sacrifices and it wasn't a risk, and it paid off. You're doing great now, and I congratulate you. But with me, there was no calculation. I mean, I almost want to say I was 17. What's your excuse? I was 17 and I woke up and I went balls to the wall. bucket
Ooh.
of ice cold water, as you say. I made a lot of enemies, and maybe that wasn't wise. You know, but I told the truth, and I took on extremely heavy cost for my personal life. It basically has made it so that I can't have a personal life. I don't even have many friends. Forget about,
Mm.
you know, dating women. I can't even really have a lot of male friends because there's such an incentive to betray me, to turn your
Mm.
back on me, because there
Preach,
are
bro.
people that are being paid to attack me all the time on Twitter or for information about me, things like that. So, you know, it's something like everything else that I'm figuring out one step at a time, just like my show. And, you know, when I get banned from something, you know, whether or not I'll be able to have a family and kids and what that'll look like. But I mean, it's a little more complicated, I think, than maybe you understand.
I mean, I think you straight up cooked her. I
Cooked.
Yeah.
Her.
want to go to what Depeche
But you
Mode
know
said real
what?
quick. It wasn't even 20
know
days,
what?
bro. It was 17 days.
You know what I will
Yeah.
give Candace? She
Mm.
didn't say a word. She listened.
Fair enough.
I'll give her that.
Fair enough.
I'll give
Fair
her the
enough.
fact that she didn't try to cut in. She didn't try to immediately have a emotional response to him burning the fuck out of her, because she's got to sit here and listen to all this too. So
She got burned. Yeah, for sure.
She sat there quietly and she took it. So I'll give her that, at least for that 3-minute period that she was able to sit there and listen. So that's what I'll give her on that.
Yeah, golly, man. There's so much to talk about. Okay, I was a little worried tonight. I'm like, okay, we're going to talk about Nick, and maybe we don't have much to talk about. I feel like there's a lot of layers between those two videos and the Tucker rant. You know, there's so many interesting things. So I think the first thing that I think I've kind of felt like, because last year when the Trump train is going and everybody's on it and it feels exciting, and you know, we're gonna destroy wokeness, we're gonna like do all this shit, we're gonna fucking get those Epstein files, we're gonna do all this stuff, you know. And Nick was the one person who was like, no, none of that shit's gonna happen. Our friends across the sea are gonna you know, have Trump by the balls. And and he was like, I'm on the Trump train, and like he's being vindicated like hell right now for that, for coming out publicly and doing that, in my opinion. And he was right, like 100% right about that. And I got to give credit to somebody who's willing to really stand by their principles and really say like, hey, like, you know, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'm not going to vote. And then I had a bunch of people harass me about it. And then I was like, all right, I guess I got to pick one. All right, I'll do it.
You know, there was no scripting at all to that podcast. And I will say that, goddamn, Nick can fucking talk, bro. He could talk. He is clear. He's sharp. He's cut, and he can just immediately get to the point of his sentences. He doesn't take 3 sentences to make a point, right? Every sentence makes a point. So then, like, he's making so many points in that 3 minutes, bro.
17.
No, I get it. Yeah, but credit where credit's due, man.
Right.
He could speak well. So
I mean, if you watch an actual, this is the other funny thing, is that everything you're seeing on the internet is like the spicy clip. But like, if you actually sit and watch his podcast, it's like 3 hours or 4 hours sometimes, and the entire time he's not hemming and hawing or anything. Like, it's just straight up, like, boom, like talking, like all kinds of, you know, like just like, and a lot of times it's like really rational, like very just like smart analysis, you know. And shout out to the homie Jason out there. You know, he's been talking about him for the last couple of years now. And I'll be honest, I didn't quite get it, in the sense of, I didn't get the appeal. I knew that he's hanging out with Ye, so I was like, there's got to be something here. I mean, I guess shout out to Ye, like he fucking saw it too, like, you know. But I mean,
I also think that they're both the reason why you don't generally get it, why most people generally don't get it, is they're a little far over the line, right? Like, it's really hard to be like, that Nick Fuentes guy has some really good takes, when his next take is like, Hitler should have done more, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's hard to marry a position from somebody that also has those positions. Like,
right. I mean,
that happens for a lot of people. Like, get in any kind of speaking position is that like they get killed by a couple of their ideas. His just tend to be extremely far right. So there's a lot for people to take from that, right? Racist,
Right,
bigot, you know, whatever. Could be a lot
but
of
it's
things.
but it's one of those things like, I guess that's, I mean, he talks about that in that clip, right? Like some people are the splash of hot water on your face. Some people are, they pick you up and throw you in the cold pool, you know, and other people, they're going to wait for the pool to heat up and then dip their toes. And then once it's hot, once it's warm enough, they're going to like slowly ease into it. And that's, you know, being the person who picks someone up and throws them in the pool, like that person's they may appreciate it or they may not appreciate it. They're probably going to hate you in the moment because they're getting, you know, they're freezing to death, you know, then they warm up quicker and then they go, all right, you know. So, you know, I mean, he was willing to just do that and he got punished for it. I mean, he says in that clip with Candace, I mean, he got debanked.
You know, a lot of things that people take for granted is trying to cancel other people's speeches, that like that same power can be used against you for whatever it is that you believe in. So
right,
it's going to be a better world if we all are allowed to say whatever we want. And back when I grew up, bro, it was sticks and stones. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That's what I grew up on, bro. That was literally we used to fucking rhyme in elementary school.
And
I don't know what the fuck
words
happened.
are literal violence. Now it's
words are violence. Now you have assaulted me with your vibrations out of your fucking vocal cord.
And I always felt like, you know, if somebody says something that is like I like I'm not ready for, or I'm offended by, or I just feel a gut reaction to, I don't know. Me personally, I'm kind of like, this person's saying this. Why are they saying this? I'm at least gonna ask why, you know. And if it's just something ignorant, like they haven't thought it through and they're just kind of like blabbing, then okay, I'll make a decision based on that. But if it's something like where they're presenting an actual argument, like I think it's worth listening to it and then assessing it. Like it's important. It makes you better as a thinker, as a critical thinker, and sometimes they'll say something that's wild to you in the moment, and then you think about it and you're like, you know what? That person's right. Like they actually have a point that's being made, and you know, I'm learning something from it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I always feel like, you know, it's better to just allow absolute free speech and then let your intellectual curiosity and thinking skills improve, even if it's something that you ultimately feel like is totally dumb. At least you thinking about it and assessing it and trying to understand it and then go, okay, make a decision about how you feel about it is a good process to go through for any person. It improves like your mind in general.
Sure.
You
And
know,
if you just act like a fool, then I have the right to just not engage.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't need to police your speech. I just want to engage with it.
Right. And if it ends up in pitchforks, I mean, that's why you get a Plan B Paraguay fucking, you know, whatever. So you should watch the episode, people. The interview we did with our friend Paul Kitson.
For most situations in life, I feel like you'll get better results if you respond instead of react. And I think that people have become so reactive now, and then everyone's down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a fucking correlation between people being emotional about everything and the state of the world. How about you just suck it the fuck up and move on? You got other things to worry about than somebody else and their fucking personal free speech. Like, holy shit. It's insane.
Right. I'm more terrified of the people that are sitting in Congress than I am of like a Nick Fuentes. Like, are you kidding me? Like those people actually drop the bombs or give the money to the people who are going to drop the bombs and fucking kill people and maim them. And, you know, they're actually blowing kids' heads up and shit, you know what I'm saying? Killing them when they're trying to get aid, you know, and then lying to you, saying that they're not doing it, gaslight the fuck out of you, you know?
Facts.
Like those people are way more terrifying.
With your money. With your money. Yeah. They say you can't get aid unless you submit to they're saying the businesses of our friends across the sea. You know what I'm saying? The businesses. You can't deny their businesses. Not even like the government. I mean, that's crazy. The fact that that was even a thing in a bill or document or whatever the fuck they're a policy document. It's like it's insane. So but
But the other thing that Nick brings up. Okay, so let's talk about his response to Tucker and Candace. And I don't know why Candace I can understand because Nick freaking cooked her up. I think Nick likes FEMA though, like if it's used properly. I'm a free market guy, so I'm a dirty free market libertarian. He would hate. I don't think Nick would like me, but anyway, and I'm Indian, so. No, I mean,
hey, I don't think he doesn't like Indian people just in general because you're Indian, bro. You're a respectable human being. What the fuck?
I gotta put on deodorant. When I'm around Nick, I gotta put on deodorant. Dang it.
Just no
I don't want to
curry
do that
the day before, bro. No curry the day before, so you're not.
I just want my dirty curry fingers and just my natural stank. All right. All y'all bigots won't let me just be stanky Indian. Be of my culture.
Bro, my wife won't let me be a stinky white guy, so.
Bro,
and
why do you guys
you
want
gotta
to
tell her, why
stink?
are you taking
What
advice
the
from a
fuck
woman,
is going
bro?
on?
I don't want to stink. I'm just saying, like, bro.
Didn't you hear Nick?
Oh,
You gotta tell her
it's about hygiene.
as a woman,
it's not
her
about
opinion.
race.
Well, it might have a little bit to do with both, but that's not a big deal. Like, every race has a stink, right? We've gone over this before.
Whites don't stink, man. Come on.
Every
whites smell
race
like?
has a smell.
Bro.
Onions.
Bro's never lived with
Indians
white
stink.
people.
Black people stink.
Everybody. You don't have to
Latins-
start making a
Latins
list
stink.
because that's what makes it racist, right?
White people don't
Yeah,
stink.
yeah. You immediately become racist when you start like with
Making a
X group. X group is this. Then now you have generalized all of the peoples into a category, and now you have become a racist. Congratulations, sir.
Dang it, you call me racist because I said white people. don't
I'm
stink.
not. I'm just saying that. Just saying.
I did say the other racist stink, so I guess I'm racist. Anyway, I'm just saying. No, one thing he brought up though, in response to Tucker and Candace, which I think Tucker fumbled that ball hard. Why? I don't even know why. I don't know. Maybe he's ops. He's ops. That's what they're saying. He's CIA ops. We'll get into that in a second. But the thing he brought up that I found really interesting is everything about young white men. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a young white man, but I definitely feel what he's saying. Like there's like they have been destroying this economy for the last 100 years since the creation of the Federal Reserve, and whose master, the Federal Reserve is, we can all guess. But
I mean, you don't have to guess. You can look it up. Ask your local AI.
I mean, to be fair, Tucker had on a guy, and he revealed that you had a Warburg on our side and a Warburg on their side, and they were financing the Second World War.
Right.
I didn't know that shit. So, credit
And
to
the
Tucker, he
first.
brought up that information. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like Nick really, when he's saying that, like that has been a thing where people insult you by saying you're a guy living in somebody's basement or whatever, and it's like, well, I mean, whose fucking fault is that? I mean, you could say it's
people living
unmotivated
in
people.
the basement right now.
Yeah,
People like you
I
and
mean-
your daddy in the CIA.
You used to be able to buy a house with a year's fucking wage, or like fucking 3 years of wage,
Bro,
bro.
everybody had a house, a car,
30-year rate,
and a Sunday car, bro. What the
30 years. I checked before we went live, and the national average I think is still above 6%, which is insane if you think about the national average of a house, which I think is like 400,000. I don't know, I haven't checked it, but if you're running 6% on $400,000 loan over 30 years, you're paying a shit ton of interest. Do the math on that. Fuck, bro. And then your monthly payment with mortgage insurance and like it's definitely more expensive than renting currently. Like if you try to buy a house, you can rent for less, but still your rent is not that much cheaper. So it's almost better to struggle to try to buy a house than to fucking go pay somebody else's mortgage. You know what I'm? So it's like this weird economy where people
Well,
want to
now
own.
everybody's on a nomad life anyway, so nobody wants to own anything. Nobody wants to be tied down. Nobody
Right.
wants to have a family. Nobody wants to do nothing. So everybody's renting. They're paying $2,000, $3,000 a month to live in somebody else's fucking flat. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, and that somebody else isn't necessarily a person. That somebody else
Could
is a
be
Black Rock or a
Black-
Blackstone.
BlackRock. Yeah.
Yeah,
State
a
Street.
State Street. Yeah. So, it is. I think that this is why I think Nick is so smart, but he's just such a sharp observer. It's like, and he probably thought about it a lot, obviously, but he did it so off the cuff, but it's so true. It's like, yeah, like fuck all you older people that have put this generation where it is because of your inability to stop being greedy, or your inability to like think beyond yourself, think beyond beyond your, I don't know, just that greed, I guess. I don't know. Because nobody else has said it. Nobody's defended the white kid in the basement, doing whatever, Not to say it's an excuse for life.
This is largely due to fucking the heads of huge hedge funds and government appropriation of funds. Fucking, it has not a ton to do with just your average everyday old person, right? Like, a lot of them are struggling, and that's the sad part.
Now
I
they
I
are
know-
in the system they created, bro. Like,
Yeah, but you're
man,
asking.
they voted for this shit. They didn't give a fuck because it didn't affect them. It only affected us, and now we're living in it, bro. I
remember
don't
the
give them that
conversation
same
about-
grace, bro. I'm sorry.
Do you remember the conversation that we had when we was like, people kind of used to trust the government? Do you remember that? How
Yeah.
people used that they would, I think that's what it used to be. Is
High
they
trust society.
they trusted the fucking people that were making the rules to do right, and they all fucked everything up from the get-go. And some of those people
that was
still
dumb,
in
wasn't
government.
it?
Some of those people have been in government for like their whole life, deciding what they think life should look like for the rest of us. I think that's insane.
Yeah. I mean,
So let's
part
I
of it,
just
I
don't want to blame the average old person. They could be watching right now, and I don't want them to feel disenfranchised because there's a chance that if you're watching our channel, we're not talking about you.
well, I mean,
Fuck
okay,
it, bro. Voluntary Christian theocracy. Everybody who doesn't agree, leave.
damn it. All right. I'm out.
Jesus. Oh,
I gotta
God.
go.
Look, our
Yeah,
own
already.
co-host doesn't even recognize that Christian morals would be better than what we have, bro. That's crazy. Christian
Well-
morals would be way better than what we have, bro.
There's an argument for that. I can see
I'd
that.
say there's not an argument against it, but that's not this show.
The Constitution.
I mean,
my friend.
with old people and all that, on some level, there's been, again, a big part of it has been, I think, wool pulled over people's eyes for so long, and I think part of that is because there was no internet, so information was controlled, and people, came from a high trust society. They grew up in a high trust society, and then you suddenly had this invention of the television, and that television is just, was propaganda used. And so that's why you would never, I mean, this idea of like even understanding what the Federal Reserve is and what it does, dude, like that did not exist except for like financial nerd people with PhDs when I was growing up. Like it wasn't until Ron Paul basically in 2008 that, and him calling out the Federal Reserve, that anybody was like, what's this motherfucker talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then we're like, oh, let's read the, Creature from Jekyll Island. And then I was like, oh shit, like this is real. And it's like, and it is. So, I mean, it's really only in the last 20, 30 years that anybody even realized that like what was going on, and that's because of the internet. And even that was fringe until basically now. So it's like, in a way, I'm kind of like,
is that you guys like everybody should have been listening to philosophers from the beginning of time, is what you're saying. Because the philosophers were the original conspiracy theorists, right? They knew all this shit, bro. They called.
yeah, but like what I'm saying is the access to information now is so, I mean, dude, even think about Twitter. I mean, Twitter didn't exist until what, 2012? I mean, you have MySpace and shit like that, or you have forums, but like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I could understand on some level the boomer generation or whatever, not realizing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like it's rearing its ugly head. And yeah, I mean, people, I don't know. I don't know if it's fair or not to completely blame boomers for their ignorance, but now they know. Like now the information is there. So if they don't want to like learn, then yeah, it's their fault. Like it's on them if they want to keep their head in the sand and not do anything about it. Which I think most of the politicians are that way. Like they have no concept. I don't know. But I just bringing it back to Nick. I'm just like, I just think that, man, this guy is sharp. Like him turning that, flipping that, you know what I'm saying, as a sort of like badge of honor in a way, when most people will be like, oh, you know, get it together, kiddo, and, you know, you're just lazy or whatever. And being able to effectively communicate that to where somebody who may have thought that before now is going, oh shit, like that's kind of a fucked up thing to, you know, I don't know. Just, I agree with you, Deezy. The guy's a skilled orator. I think at some point he's gonna run for president. That's my honest opinion. I think at some point he's gonna run for office, and he's gonna win. You know, I'm predicting it now, and I think sooner than later.
Nick Fuentes, president, 2028.
No, I don't know about that early, but I'd say like
2032,
2030s, maybe.
Yeah, like
maybe.
Not old.
Dude, I mean,
Well,
whenever, as soon as he's eligible. I mean, he already has an army of people that are moving the needle hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like him and I mean, I'd say Ryan Dawson kind of started this. Or I say the only person that came in earlier than him of his generation, or at least our generation, and really faced the same shit hardcore was Ryan Dawson. Like that guy was in his own, you know, his own world with the, you know, I mean, obviously there are people before him with like all the German dudes and all the people that actually got thrown in jail for, you know, violating quote unquote anti-Semitism laws and all that shit. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. But I think Nick is like, no offense to Ryan Dawson, but Nick is just such a skilled communicator, you know, and it's impressive for him being 26 and being able to, I mean, he was already good at like 17, 18 anyway. Like he was already a skilled communicator. Like that's why they wanted him to go down the Fox News route and everything. So I mean, he's just, I guess, it's
some people are just gifted like that.
He's gifted, man. He's a gifted.
The gift
gentleman.
of the gab, bro. Sell slime to a snail.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about it other than he cooked the fuck out of both. I mean, you cooked at Candace and Tucker, and they're pretty skilled in their own right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impressive.
Well, yeah, like she is another really great speaker. Like she's a good talker. Tucker, I think Tucker is good at journalism. You know what I mean? I think that as like in comparison to Nick, not even close.
Yeah. And which is crazy because Tucker's been in media for fucking, I mean, I remember back in 2003 during the Iraq War when he was pro-Iraq and all that shit and was on, I think he was on MSNBC or some shit. So I remember when him and Jon Stewart were on Crossfire. That's how old my ass is. My boomer ass.
This guy's out here talking about boomers like he ain't one.
Don't blame me.
That's why you're like, don't blame the boomers.
I got nothing to do with all your shit. So is Tucker CIA or what? Since we're on the talk,
yeah, of course he is, bro.
You think he's CIA? I mean,
of course he is. Bro, this guy 1 year is saying he knew his dad was CIA. Then Nick comes for him, and he doesn't know he's CIA. And then he just found out he's CIA. Because you're also CIA, and you're trying to cover shit up, and it's weird.
We might need to bring that clip up when Deezy gets back. Yeah, he said on the Sean Ryan show, he didn't. Or I don't know. He said he knew his dad was CIA. I don't know. I don't know the truth behind that. I feel like I need to do more research. If anybody out there, it seems like we got some new viewers here in streaming land. If you have some real info, you can bring up to us. I haven't had a chance to really look deep into it to know, but it is okay. So let's talk about this. If somebody has ever worked for CIA, though, I feel like maybe it's a little unfair. Like there's a lot of people that contractors and just normies who do CIA work. You know what I'm saying? Like can't. But then again, there's Operation Mockingbird, so you can't really.
How many
you know,
of those CIA people's kids end up working for Fox
and become stars, or news anchors,
and then become stars in their own right? Like now he's out there spreading his own word without Fox. How many of them does that happen to? Organically.
Well, I mean, and here's a good question: why did he get picked at Fox? Why did he get tapped on the shoulder to be, the new Bill O'Reilly? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Is it that laugh of his?
The CIA is trying to take me off, bro. They're trying to take me off the net.
DC got real shit to say. Tell us some real shit, man. What do you think about Tucker?
I think Tucker's tight, bro. I thought he was cool, and then like all these photos are coming out of him being a potential CIA asset. So now I'm like, damn, is he? Now I'm really thinking, is he?
I mean, Tucker has talked about his conversion out of he was a neoconservative, like in 2003, Iraq War. And then he says that he had an awakening after being in Iraq, realizing that it wasn't what all it was supposed to be. And, so I mean, he's talked about it, but then do you take someone at their word? Do you take someone at face value? I don't know. And then there seems to be he's kind of talking out of both sides of his mouth about his father's involvement with CIA people and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, but he's been critical of Israel. But is that a limited hangout? Is he just being? That's what Nick's basically saying.
He's also kissed the wall. He's also kissed the wall, and he also wears a red Kabbalah bracelet.
Is it a Kabbalah bracelet? Are we sure about that?
I don't know.
No,
maybe it's a Chi-Con bracelet.
Yeah, he's just wearing the red bracelet, the exact same type of bracelet that they wear, but he's not part of them for sure. Same with what's his name, Ian Carroll. Ian Carroll also got caught when he was doing the Candace Owens show. He got caught wearing his Kabbalah bracelet.
Wait. Is there another? Deezy, can you look up and see one way or another if there's different meanings of different red bracelets? What we got there over there?
You're right there, bro.
I'm shorting out.
R/ I had a stroke.
Right.
AI
the
ravine.
CIA is hitting them with the fucking the fucking stroke gun right now.
Yeah, bro.
Hit you with the stroke gun.
I do.
For a second, I thought you were lagging out.
You remember that chick that was the Miss America chick or whatever, and she had a stroke, she had like, I don't know. Might have to bring that up. That may be a boomer ass fucking meme from back in the day, but she talked funny. She didn't know what she was saying. All right, but she was pretty. Who that right there?
That's Dexter.
That's Dexter. This is Fresh's dog, Dexter. He's a cutie.
His eyes
Dexter,
all
what do you
better.
think?
That eye's all better.
Oh, nice. Good for you, Dexter. I knew you'd make it through.
All right, go on then.
I might have to bring Rue on the show at some point.
Buddhism. In Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhist teachers bless red string bracelets for their students.
All right, so maybe it's not Kabbalah.
Symbolizes the end of a retreat.
What the fuck are two men who are supposed to be Christians doing wearing red bracelets, bro? Buddhist bracelets. Either way, okay, so I'm gonna say
in
it like
China and Japan.
Either way, they're heretics.
Just let me finish going through.
Go ahead,
the
DC.
locations. In China and Japan, a red string bracelet represents a connection of fate. In Chinese culture, red is lucky. In Japanese culture, red is known to scare away evil spirits. Kabbalism.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what it says about this.
Tucker said that a freaking spirit, like crazy, animal attacked him at one night. So I can understand if he's wearing some Japanese bracelet to keep these demons.
It's supposed to attract good luck and ward off evil spirits.
What, Kabbalah?
Once tied, the bracelets are never to be taken off. unless fate decides it should fall off naturally. What the fuck
And
does
this-
that even
And
mean?
this
bro?
is why they keep getting caught wearing them, because they
What
can't
the
take
fuck
them
does
off.
that? What does that even mean, though?
Mm.
Unless fate decides it should fall off naturally.
Some Moloch magic, bro. Same shit they've been getting fucking yelled
don't
at
know,
by God
guys.
for, bro.
See, but then, like Nick's saying right now, he's CIA, and that guy's a dang soothsayer. In a year's time, we're gonna find out some shit. So I don't know. He was right about Trump. You can't discount what Nick says anymore. Like
I'm
can't
ready. You
discount
know
that
what?
shit.
I'm just ready for AI to be like not completely in control, but just to be like out so that it just starts fucking countering all these people's like commentary in real time. Could you
But
imagine?
hold on, man. Hold on. Okay, let's talk about this. This is something that's good lead in something else. All right.
Oh,
Oh shit. I just used black magic on my camera. Dang it! I don't want to do that. All right, I gotta step
Give him a
back.
bippity boppity boop.
you
I
have
gotta
to
go like
now. You have
that,
to
or-
do this.
You
have
gotta
to
go like
close
this.
it. You went like this, and it zoomed in. So now you got to zoom.
Dang it. I thought we fixed this shit. Anyway.
Open up your
this is,
OBS
you know what?
spot
This
center.
is a zoom in moment. What's going on with Gab AI? Elon?
Yeah, why did it get shut down? That's interesting.
Why'd it get shut down, man? I'm just gonna show one eye. So everybody will be suspicious of us.
That's fine.
What happened with Gab
They're
AI?
already-
Okay.
They're already suspicious of us.
Yo,
bro.
fix your camera, bro. Open up
How
your
the fuck
OBS
do I
spot.
fix this shit? I don't want to. Let's just leave it. We
Open
got
up your
like 10 minutes.
OBS bot center.
No, we got like 5 minutes left. Listen, let's talk about what's going on. We getting Gab AI back? We need Gab AI back because Gab's the only thing arguing with Grok. I was enjoying the Grok Gab arguments back and forth about all kinds of different topics, particularly one topic about our friends across the sea. Oh, we're gonna eat Deezy's head.
Hey,
shit.
fucking yo.
Dang it. Hold on, let me hit this off spot real quick. Let me hit this
Bro
off
thought he
spot
was
real
special real quick.
All right, we back. No. Y'all got to pull the heads back. Can't have big heads and I have a small head.
Hey, fucking yo.
We have to have the same
Why-
size.
First he's like, yo, we're gonna eat Deezy's head. And then this. Like, what is going on, bro?
Yeah, leave it to Mr. Christian to have the most perverse thoughts. I wasn't even thinking about that. You need to repent. You need to stop thinking in sin, living in sin, bro. You need to.
Bro, go back to church and then tell me to repent.
I rebuke you. Yes, finally, I get to rebuke fresh. Legit.
For
This
what?
is a legit rebuke.
You don't get to rebuke me on what authority, bro?
You said that we were all of God's
On
children,
what-
so I get to rebuke thee.
That's not what he said.
That's what you
Bro,
said.
what?
Jesus
Who
loves
said
me.
that?
You said
Yeah,
Jesus
he
loves
does
me. I
love you.
get to
He does love
rebuke.
you, but you don't love him. It's not about if he loves
I didn't
you.
say that. How you say, what do you mean I don't love Jesus?
You live apart from him. He's
What are you talking
weeping for
about?
you right now. And you're trying to
What?
rebuke me in
What?
his name. You're
What'd
going to
I
go
do?
there and you're going to say, didn't I rebuke in your name? And he's going to say, depart from me. I never knew you.
Christians, if you're watching, was it a legit rebuke on my behalf or not? Weigh in
No.
now. Yes or no?
No.
You are asking a risky question on a Nick Fuentes versus the world live stream as an Indian. Just saying. Making an observation.
It's already risky because I'm Indian, you know. Though he hangs
Yeah,
out with
but
Myron.
you grew-
He hangs
again,
out
you
with
grew
Myron.
up
He likes
Christian-
Myron.
you
so
grew up
it's
Christian
not
light,
true that he
like-
hates.
If you just confess right now that Christ is your
Boy.
Lord and Savior, you can rebuke
Seventh
him.
Day Adventism is
But
Christian
you can't
light.
take it back. Yes, absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, Ellen White was hard, bro. Anyway. All right,
He's
it's
taking it
not
all the way
Shia-
back.
It's not
You
Shia
don't trust-
LaBeouf.
You don't
Orthodox
you don't
Christianity.
trust in the promise of God, so you still observe the Sabbath on Saturday.
Wait, hold on now.
Huh? What
Now, hold on. Sunday
is the
was
Sabbath?
the sun god. The Roman sun god was worshipped on Sunday. So y'all Sunday worshipers, it's supposed to be
Tell that he
Shabbat.
grew up 7 day. Can you tell?
It's supposed to be Shabbat. But then y'all Romans came along and you're like,
Buddy,
our sun god.
Jesus is
on
my
Sunday.
Shabbat.
It's called
Jesus is my
Sunday.
Shabbat, and I rest in him every day.
Whoa.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Freaking, what's his name? What's the sun god's name? Ra
Ra?
and shit.
That has nothing to do with
All these
Christianity.
cultures had a sun god and they worshiped on the
So?
Sunday. And then they were like, well, we're
Doesn't
gonna
matter.
have a hard
Yeah,
time
and
getting
guess what? And
people
guess
to
what?
worship
Just like in the
Jesus.
Old Testament, when God takes Baal as his title, just the same way, we taking this.
Look, the birth of Jesus. Who want to know December 25th?
Who says that?
Scholars. It was in
No, the
August,
fuck they
man.
don't. No,
It was
they
in
don't.
August. It wasn't in the dead
How the
night
fuck
of
do
winter.
you know that if scholars say December 25th? You know, it says December 25th, Coca-Cola.
I know. But I mean,
Yeah.
look, but here's the thing.
Yeah, we agree.
Listen, but here's the thing. I like December 25th. All right. It's a good time
Sure,
of
but it has
year.
nothing to do with Christ.
It's nice and crisp. The air is nice and crisp.
20,
You know what I'm saying? Got a little
you can
snowflakes
celebrate John the
outside.
Baptist on 26, or is it Joseph? No, I can't remember. I think it might actually be Joseph on the 26th. But anyways,
If you want to learn more about the tactics of marketing, go watch Mad Men. It's a great show.
Mm.
It's placed back in the day. Just go
What?
watch it. I don't want to give it too
Don
much away.
Draper.
Mad Men. Have you ever watched Mad Men?
Goat.
yes.
Did you watch the entire thing?
You said Coca-Cola says it's the 25th, and I said if you want to learn more about the schemes of marketing, go watch
Oh.
Mad Men.
Oh,
It's just
I don't know.
You know what? Shout out Coca-Cola, man. That's some pimp shit.
Bro, they created Santa Claus.
They created Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, bro, but Santa Claus was way more of a real G in real life.
Sinterklaas, I believe.
No.
Was his
Saint
Real G name.
Nicholas. Saint Nicholas. When they were at the council and Arius was being a fucking heretic, Saint Nicholas walked up and punched him in his mouth. Real G, Santa Claus.
They need to do a real. They need to do like a historically accurate, real ass Santa Claus movie. You know what I'm saying? I'd be for it. Throwing golden coins down chimneys and shit. Well, that's still Sinterklaas, Netherlands. We talked about
No.
that back.
No, it's not Netherlands.
Who's Sinterklaas?
Or was it Netherlands?
I think it was.
I can't remember now, man. I got it written down somewhere in one of these books. Was it
Anyway,
Netherlands?
look, good marketing, great marketing.
I think it
Trump.
was still the same guy, bro. It might have
Uh,
been in Netherlands, but I think it was still the same dude.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, and there's
he was throwing the coins in the chimney for the dowry, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Well,
can't
for the
remember
children
where it
too,
was right
from
now.
my understanding.
Yeah, for the children's dowries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real G shit.
Real G, Saint Nick.
I'm just saying, if the marketing is good enough, I'm gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Saint
But I
Nicholas,
get you.
the 3rd to 4th century.
Fourth
Saint
century.
Nicholas, the 3rd to 4th century Christian bishop,
Oh,
is
I thought you said 4th century, like B&E.
third to fourth century Christian bishop is a fascinating figure whose life blends historical fact with legend, shaping his enduring legacy as a symbol of generosity. Born in 270 AD in modern day Turkey, which was then the Roman Empire, he came from a wealthy
In
Christian family.
Constantinople?
No, it says in Patara. It doesn't
Oh,
say
Patara.
content.
Close by. Close by.
Mm-mm.
Orphaned young, he was raised by his uncle, a bishop, and grew up devoted to his faith. He became a bishop of Myra near current Demre, Turkey, or Demre. I don't know. Demre. Demre.
He was Turkish.
Demre. And was
All
known
right,
for
I
his
want to hear about this anymore.
compassion and
I'm tired of the real story. I want the Coca-Cola ass, Jolly Saint Nick
he
giving you
Secret-
presents. and the
There's
kids
a-
putting out the milk and the cookies. That's what I want.
There's one famous story that
And that's
tells
it.
of him secretly throwing bags of gold through the window of poor families' homes to save their 3 daughters from poverty. So there's that. Maybe that's the thing that you guys were
All right,
talking about.
All right. Listen, I think it's getting about that time.
Wait. No, is that ask if that's the same Saint Nick that punched Arius in the face? Arius. Because Constantine even sanctioned the punch. He's like, that's fine, bro. That guy was a heretic, anyways. Constantine, another real G. So, when do we take back Constantinople?
Oh my gosh, there's enough. Listen, just be happy with what you got, people. All right, have some gratitude.
The tale claims that during heated debates at the Council of Nicaea, Nicholas, as a bishop of Myra, became so frustrated with Arius's agreements that he struck him in the face. He was supposedly stripped of his bishop's robe and imprisoned for this, only to be freed by divine intervention and restored to his position. The historical context, it was a real event convened by Constantine to address theological disputes, particularly Arianism.
Yes.
Arianism.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out my Aryans.
No, shout out Saint Nick for punching them in the face.
Shout out Constantine for addressing theological disputes by using theater to fucking do that. That's interesting. It almost rings true to events happening today. I mean, he says it says that like you said, he wanted to address theological disputes. And
so they had a council. Like those councils were like,
it was convened by Emperor Constantine.
Yeah,
yes.
but the council was like praying, fasting, like, you know what I mean?
I said it was a major controversy.
Debating. Yeah, it was. It still is. People today still think that that's who made up the Trinity. But anyways.
All right, listen. To all of our new streaming guests out here who may not know the GOAT Show, but maybe fans of Nick Fuentes. Listen, I'm going to toast Nick Fuentes for being a G, speaking truth to power. I'm going to toast all y'all out there for being new watchers, listeners of our show. If you have a beverage to sip on it now. And if you haven't already, you watch on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, you need to follow our asses because if you like the combo today, that's kind of what we do. And then occasionally we do an interview now and again. So I would advise.
You can find us on Spotify, Rumble, X, YouTube, and also if you want to follow us on Instagram, feel free to at the GOAT Show Pod.
The GOAT Show Pod.
Check us out on Spotify though. Spotify, we only upload our interviews there. So if you're just like browsing around the day and you just want to listen to an interview about some cool people, entrepreneurs, different people that we know, and the network that we're growing, definitely check out our Spotify. Give us a follow. We're trying to grow there. You know what it is.
I will say we have a very cool interview coming up with somebody that I'm really excited about. So definitely
a couple.
Got a
September.
couple. Yeah.
Remember, September is somebody's free time. We should hit their person back up and see if they're available.
Yep. All right. Look at manichaism.
Bro, yeah. It's a weird one. Dualistic religion. Super weird.
Okay.
Saved by works or saved by faith? Is that a serious question? So you're saved by faith, but faith without works is dead. So if you are truly saved, then I'll know you by your fruit.
Ravine?
Much else to say, bro.
Oh, I thought we were gonna hit the thingy. Anyway.